Hi, this is the functionality which we have developed for specially for sheet metal components, multi-body as well as single body, and this works on assembly as well. Here what we do is when we have a part ready, okay, we don't have to make drawings. So when I click the functionality AutoDraw, okay, we get a nice UI, property manager, where there are lots of settings. We need all these templates because you know these are required to create a drawing template, sheet format, bill of material, cut list, and whole table, and bend table, of course, for the sheet metal options. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this using the sheet metal options, where it is going to give us a bend notes and everything. When I run this, okay, I have an option to export and create this DXF files or SAT files in a particular location. I can rename them when I'm saving the DXF files. It becomes easier for the CAM programmer or the person who is getting all these DXF or SAT files in the laser cutting machine. Okay, it doesn't have to refer the bill of material or cut list. He can directly come to know about quantity, thickness, and all those information which is required for setting up the cutting or nesting. Okay, I click OK. Now it starts basically placing the views automatically for the multi-body part. Then it will one by one take the body, flatten that body, place the view. While placing the view, it also scales the view so that it doesn't overlaps the border or the cut list. It takes care of that. It places two views, one isometric, one flat pattern, including the bend dimensions. Okay, and then once all this is done, it gives you a message that the drawing creation is done. Now what we can do is I can quickly go and go to the location of the file where it was. I think I gave the location as C:\DXF. Now under the DXF folder, it creates two folders, one cutting and the other one is SLDDRW bending. The bending one has got bending drawings in it, that is this drawing. Okay, and cutting folder has got again two folders, one is a 2D export and the other one 3D export. Both are optional. 2D export will give you the DXF files, okay, which are 1:1 scale. So for example, if I open this part here, okay, now you can see that this is a DXF file which is come 1:1 scale with these notes which have come automatically in it, and it also gives me a SAT file. Okay, these are the SAT files. So if it is a multi-body part which has got many bodies in it, so saving individual body as a SAT file is a pain. So this functionality also does that. In a way, it creates cutting bending drawings for sheet metal component. Now I'm going to open this the drawing which was recently created. So if you look at this file here, the first sheet will show you 4 views, okay, which are just placed for the sake of getting the cut list. Okay, this has got X and Y, two bodies in it. Now if I go to the bending sheet, okay, it has put one isometric view, one flat pattern view. It also gives you the dimensions. This is like 20 millimeters down, 90 degrees, and whatever the R is. So this 20 mm is something which is the dimension after folding it. So you don't have to create the conventional drawing for this, and it does that for all the parts, all the bodies or all the parts for a assembly. If I run the same functionality on an assembly, it works for that as well. It creates two sheets for each part or each body. One is 1 underscore B and 1 underscore C. B stands for bending, C stands for cutting. So the cutting view which is placed is always at 1:1 scale, and with all this information which is very much required for the person who is going to do the laser cutting.